Namaste, yogis. Today we're going to get into a restorative yoga pose called supported child's pose. It's a fan favorite. It looks simple, but it's effective at quieting the mind and gently opening the lower back. It's also good for menstrual cramps. It's particularly effective for balancing the root chakra energy by grounding and centering. Supported child's pose can trigger a sense of safety and security. I like to do this pose for 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes on each side. So let's go ahead and create an environment that is quiet, dark, and free of distractions. I'll show you how to set up your props for this nourishing restorative pose. I like to start by placing a blanket over my yoga mat just for some extra comfort and cushioning. I place a second blanket for additional cushioning where my knees, calves, and feet are going to be located. Now it's time to set up the ramp. But before, place a block or a rolled up blanket or pillow where your tailbone would be. And now we're going to set up the ramp using a bolster and 2 blocks. And this is what we'll be resting our torso on. It's really important that this is a secure ramp for your body. I've been doing this for quite some time, so I know what height I need to put mine at. You may find yourself needing to switch this around quite a bit initially. I like mine a little bit lower down towards the ground. Many people are practically in a sitting up position, especially if you have lower back issues. I add an extra blanket on top of my bolster just to lift the bolster closer to up towards my torso. You can add as many blankets as you'd like. We then place a blanket to support where our neck and head are going to be, almost like a pillow. Not too high, maybe just an inch, and that's a really important prop to support the head and neck. I've got a sandbag that I'll show you how to place on my lower back. Now, if you don't have a blocks and bolsters for your ramp, you can use couch pillows and blankets, and just basically setting up a container, a ramp that you are going to be placing to support your entire torso from your pelvis. You can see I'm pulling the bolster towards my pelvis. It's going to support my entire torso from my pelvis all the way to the top of my head. I'm sitting on the block, supporting my sits bones and sacrum. And we're going to rest our cheek to one side. Now take some time to really get comfortable here. So I'm going to add a little extra stretch on my lower back by adding a sandbag. In this case, it is a 5-pound rice bag in a homemade holder. And I like to place something over my eyes. This is an eye pillow. And take the time to adjust. Take as much time, invest as much time as you need to get yourself set up to be 100% comfortable so that you can really sink into this nourishing pose. So I think I've got my butt supported, my full torso is it's completely supported. There's no spaces under my torso. I've got a little cloth that I am going to use instead of my eye pillow to give me that darkness and to trigger my parasympathetic nervous system to go ahead and start resting. You can see I've tucked my hands under the blanket, between the blanket and the cushion, and I'm not gripping. I'm completely letting go. The weight of my body is holding them in place, and I can release and really sink into this position. We're going to stay on one side for 2.5 minutes, and I'll let you know when we're ready to switch over to the other side. Be mindful to rest not only your body fully on the bolster, but rest your attention inside your body and inside the quiet, settled spaciousness of your mind. Take several slow breaths. As you do, allow yourself to drop down and receive the support of your bolster. Continue to breathe and let your shoulders move away from your ears. Let your tailbone move toward the floor and your entire lower back area soften and spread. We're now going to switch our cheek to the other side. So pressing yourself up using your palms. Go ahead and turn your neck. Place your other cheek on the blanket pillow. Readjust as needed and sink back in. Take a long, slow inhalation as you release all the tension from your lower back. Let this relaxation seep into the entire pelvic area. Allow yourself to be held, surrendering to gravity, releasing into the ground and the bolster. Using your palms pressed on the floor, go ahead and slowly press yourself up to a seated. Shake out your legs, get the blood flowing again. Thank you so much. Namaste.